The Healthy Relationships Group is a 10-week curriculum that our agency has created to go out into middle schools and high schools, working with the same group of students, talking about various topics to have conversations to prevent violence from happening in the first place.
Once a week we meet with Melanie and we discuss what's going on in life or what's going on with each other.
I heard that there was going to be a new group for relationships and like a counseling type thing. And so I was like, well, let's try it out.
I took a chance and I went to group and we got to talk about everything and just like express our opinions to one another.
It's all youth-led, so it's all discussion-based.
It's just to help you understand their feelings and your feelings at the same time and how you could make it better.
It's really the group using each other as a way to challenge different types of behavior, words, language, but also being able to support one another and to recognize that the biggest asset they have is the relationship and the healthy communication they have with one another.
I've learned to communicate more, to bond more, and to not be afraid to do something when something bad happens. Like to stick up for myself.
It really helps me. Like it's a good program to be in.
You really feel like you've impacted them, and that's just a part of the job that I love. You know, that even if I'm not seeing them after 10 weeks, that they know that they have an agency, they know that they have a group of people who support them and who will listen to them and who will hear them out. This education department, you know, is not just necessarily important to our agency as a whole, but it's vital to our community.
I try to get my grades up, getting my credits, coming, like, you know, doing what I gotta do to be a better boyfriend, a better man.
Antes de venir era una mujer muy, digamos que muy deprimida, con muchas depresiones en absoluto, muchos corajes. Me enojaba yo misma. Algo que me ayudó a salir de mis crisis, más bien, mejor dicho, fue venir a las terapias. Y principalmente cuando venía siempre me decían que no estaba sola y que no era mi culpa todo lo que había pasado. Algo que me ayudó fue el apoyo de las otras mujeres que estaban viniendo aquí al grupo. Si no existiera el grupo o la ayuda, posiblemente seguiría con depresiones, porque a veces te quedas en un mundo encerrado y cuando buscas la ayuda cambia de poco en poco, pero sí cambia bastante. Así que existe, así que hay que buscar la ayuda. Estoy muy agradecida, muchísimo, con la ayuda que me han ofrecido. Y que no se pierde nada con buscar ayuda. Y que son ayudas gratuitas que nos ayudan muchísimo. Así que por eso yo la verdad estoy muy agradecida. No sé, a veces no hay cómo pagarles esa gran ayuda que me han hecho a mí. La verdad sí, me ayudaron muchísimo, muchísimo. Mi vida cambió después de que yo comencé a venir. Así que también a usted, que siempre me tuvo paciencia cada vez que venía. Así que
I was a volunteer for 2 years at the Rape Crisis Center. I did hospital advocacy mostly, So I would meet survivors and their families at the hospital when they would go to get the forensic exam completed. Our advocates can help provide information to survivors about kind of the process, about coping, about the healing process, about trauma. So typically hospital advocates, they're on call, and if there's a case at any of the hospitals, local hospitals, the hotline will then call the advocate, and the advocate will be dispatched to whichever hospital that the survivor is at. When I think of the memorable cases that I've had, I think the one that comes to mind. So it was in the middle of the night, and the ER can sometimes be a little bit hectic. And going in to the exam room where the survivor and the sexual assault nurse examiner are, you kind of never know what you're going to see, so to speak, when you walk into that room. So it's always it's difficult to sort of prepare yourself. And the survivor was fairly young, I think in her early 20s. It was a human trafficking case. She was very far from home, but she was from the US. She experienced so much abuse and trauma. I remember her being concerned kind of about what her family would think, and if her family would sort of ostracize her or blame her. She shared something along the lines of she felt that she was guilty and she was at fault for what happened, which is a really common thing that we see in survivors at the hospital. They feel like they deserved their assault, that they deserved what happened to them. We very strongly believe that no one deserves to be taken advantage of or abused. So I really try to help encourage her in that regard. You did not deserve what happened to you, and you shouldn't have had to go through what you went through. It wasn't right. I would like to think that in the time that we had together, we were able to process and discuss the concerns that she had, and she was able to take from our discussion and our time together that what happened to her is not her fault, and it's certainly possible to heal and to recover. I strongly believe that everyone has a part to help support survivors of sexual assault in the community. And that case was powerful for me because I felt like in that interaction with the survivor and with law enforcement, I felt like I really made a difference in the community that day. I really made a positive impact in someone's life. And that's really what volunteering at the Rape Crisis Center is all about.